What's going on, everyone? There's a stock out here, and I'm a little upset that nobody told me that VeriSign had a phenomenal setup. So if you guys don't understand technical analysis, this from a daily macro overview, this chart was picture perfect. I'm going to kind of recap this. I obviously didn't trade this because I wasn't even looking at VeriSign. A lot of stocks in the NASDAQ 100. Obviously, I trade predominantly the bigger, the more headline, sort of household names. But I mean, if we just look at what VeriSign did today, this is a picture perfect long setup. So that way you kind of get familiar. If you do see this type of particular setup, you will take this 9 times out of 10. So what I'm talking about here is if we can go back to last earnings where we had this big gap down, this big looping, waving kind of action here. What we've been doing realistically for the past 3 months is building this base floor here, lows of being 155 and the start of this gap to around 189, right? That's the trading range that we've been in for the past 3.5 months. So if we kind of look at where we're at here, if we take the top of this range here from the gap, right, and we look at this here, 189.96, okay? If we look at this most recent high here on July the 22nd, right here at the 100 simple day moving average, that price is 189.13. If we kind of look at where we're at right here on June the 2nd, 181, you can see this whole channel that we've been in here, and I'm going to actually draw a box and I'm going to show you guys exactly what the heck I'm talking about here. If we look at this box here, right, look at this box here, and I'm going to take this off because it's actually making the candles look a little wonky. But if we kind of picture memory imprint this right now while I take this off. Okay, so if we look at this here, we have a clear line in the sand, right? We have this 100-day simple moving average here. The 100-day simple moving average is the orange line here. You can see on Friday we had a fantastic move, and that was our first close over the 100 simple day moving average. This was a picture-perfect trade setup. I wish that I would have seen this, but I want to pass this information along with all of you guys, because if you guys are serious about day trading, I don't care if the name is VeriSign or it's Tesla. I don't care if it's, VeriSign or it's NVIDIA. I don't care if it's VeriSign or whatever hot stock of the day it is. Doesn't matter what the ticker is, guys. A stock chart is a stock chart. All it is money changing hands, price action going up, down, supply and demand. It's all the same thing. It doesn't matter what the name is, right? The only thing that matters is what the stock is doing on the chart. So if we kind of look at here, this was the first close over the 100 SMA, and this was the first close getting outside of this range here. This range that we've been in for 3.5 months here, this was an engulfing green candlestick here that took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days worth of price action, guys. And all we would have been looking to do here, if you notice, there's a big open air space here. There's a big gap up to the next area of supply. That next area of supply is not sitting until $197 and around 61 cents here. So we still have more room to go. But this trade here was picture perfect. Picture perfect. This is a classic breakout trade. If you want to know what is a breakout trade, this was it. Is there more room to fly? Obviously, we have room into 197. This is no longer a breakout trade, but it becomes a continuation play, right? So a difference between a breakout and a continuation is a breakout means that we've been consolidating for some period of time. Remember this, guys. It doesn't matter if you're trading the 5-minute time frame or the daily time frame. The longer a stock chart goes sideways without really breaking out or breaking down is called distribution. The longer a chart trades sideways, the bigger the move to the top side or the bigger the flush to the downside, depending on which side it breaks. We just broke here to the top side. Could this roll back over and come be trading down at $182 by the end of the week? Of course, but the trade, it takes nothing away from the trade today. If you would have been watching VeriSign, which I, again, kicking myself in the rear here, if I would have looked at this chart over the weekend, I would have seen this is a perfect setup here. All I'm going to wait to do is let this clear out Friday's highs of 189.63, and I'm going to get long. Current stock price traded to $193.12. That's exactly where we closed. Now, again, mind you, some of these stocks that are not your household names could be a little bit spready. So just understand that, especially if you're playing options, they could be a little bit spready. But as long as you understand your technicals and the stock is moving in your favor, you're going to make some money on the stock regardless. This continuation play going into tomorrow is something that I'm going to definitely put on my watch list for the community. If you guys want my watch list in the community and you want my trading strategy and how I would find this chart and how I would play this chart, what the stop loss would be, what I'm looking for, visit evolutiontraders.com, become a gold lifetime member. 193.45 to the top side. That break, we're playing into 197.70. Now I'm going to want to take my profits off the table here as we come into that 197, maybe high 196s. I'll definitely leave a runner just in case we do decide to crack 197. We've got some potential into 199. That's our next supply. One thing that I want you guys to take away: understand what distribution is, right? Understand what distribution is. Understand what the difference between a breakout and continuation is. Understand what supply to supply to supply is. Understand what demand to demand to demand is. You're going to make a lot of money in this business. I'm telling you right now. You get this in check up here, you control your emotions, you have a trading plan. If something does this, you do that. If something does that, you do this. You are going to make a shit ton of money in the stock market. What's hard for people to do is control their emotions. What's hard for people to do is get over the greed. What's hard for people to do is cut a stock at a loss, right? That's hard to do. Learning technical analysis, learning what the difference between a breakout and a continuation play is the easy stuff, guys. If it was that easy, all of us would be multi-millionaires. I've been doing this for 7 years and still make mistakes on the emotional side of things. Now, have I gotten a hell of a lot better over the past 7 years and allow myself to do this full time on a day in and day out basis? Of course. Of course, right? I've learned a lot of things over the way. I've learned not to let emotions get to me. I've learned that when I do get emotional, it's time to turn off the computer screen. I've learned that one losing trade does not make me be, you know, who I am as a trader. One trade doesn't mean anything. I'm focused on the next 1,000 trades, not this next one. A lot of times we get into trades and we're so focused on what this trade's going to do. We're so focused on how much money we're winning. We're so focused on how much we're losing if we're down. We're so focused on this one trade. Guys, who cares about this one trade? It's about the next trade. Yes, did I miss VeriSign's breakout today? Yes, but if it confirms tomorrow, will I catch this for a little ride? Yes. I hope that makes sense. This is a picture perfect trade setup. I wanted to share this with you guys. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.